Is it like हर इंजीनियर MBA करता है? What's this loop?
हर इंजीनियर नहीं करता MBA, लेकिन आई थिंक
And like, what are the lesser known facts that aren't talked much about IIMA? Like, everyone knows IIMA is best for this, that, but now that you have lived there, right? What are these facts that you want everyone else to know?
one I think is definitely the amount of diversity we have. It sounds like engineer MBA, but
Try practicing in all the real time slots.
third time, very important. Imagine I didn't do that, and the first exam I gave was the CAT, and I got 65 marks.
Is there any ideal number कि इतने mocks तो लिखने ही चाहिए CAT aspirant को?
It's another step after engineering. कि Now I don't know what to do.
Okay.
MBA कर लेता
MBA
हूँ.
कर
Some people think
So it's
that.
like figuring out degree.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, if they don't have a long-term clear direction of what they want to do, MBA is a good option.
Hello everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of CAT by LPT. Today we have with us someone really special who has got into IIM Ahmedabad, Siddhant Sharma. Hi Siddhant, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing great. I'm happy
So,
to be here.
I want you to first give a little brief introduction about where you are from, and just so you know, he has secured 99.94 percentile in CAT 2024. Siddhant, over to you.
Yeah, so I'm Siddhant. I'm from Bangalore. I'm born and raised in Bangalore. And I did my undergrad at BITS Goa, BITS Pilani's Goa campus. I did my engineering from there in electrical and electronics and communication. And then I worked at a startup for 2 years as a product manager in an edtech, scale tech startup. And then I decided to do my MBA, so I'm at IIM Ahmedabad now.
Okay, so now we have got you. You are an engineer.
Yeah.
Then is it like हर engineer MBA करता है? What's this loop?
हर इंजीनियर नहीं करता MBA, लेकिन आई थिंक जिस इंजीनियर को इंजीनियरिंग नहीं करनी होती है, जैसे इंजीनियरिंग इज़ द फर्स्ट स्टेप कि आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू, तो इंजीनियरिंग कर लेता हूँ. आई थिंक आफ्टर दैट यू रीच अनदर स्टेप आफ्टर इंजीनियरिंग कि नाउ आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू.
Okay.
MBA कर लेता
MBA
हूँ.
कर
Some people think
So it's
that.
like figuring out degree.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, if they don't have a long-term clear direction of what they want to do, MBA is a good option. And engineers are a little analytical, so if they can just learn business, I think it's a great option for engineers.
So was MBA always at the back of your mind, or again it was a spontaneous call you took?
I think like the idea of an MBA was always there, like since I was a kid. I think first time I thought about it was when I was in like 8th grade or something.
Okay.
That, okay, after I have to do my postgrad, and what will I do? Business. मतलब that was the idea कि बड़े होके business करना है, and that's still the idea. अभी भी बड़े होके business करना है, not like right now. थोड़े time बाद business करना है. तो the direction was to learn about business as much as possible. So MBA was at the back of the mind, but in between I thought I'll become a core engineer. I thought I'll design chips. That's what I got really interested in. Then, and before that I was coding. I thought I'll be a coder. Then I got a little bored of that, and I thought I want to be as general as possible for as long as possible. Like, I don't want to specialize in anything yet. So then MBA was a great choice, and during work I saw some gaps, and I saw where I want to be and how I want to get there. And for me, the best way to get there was by doing an MBA from as good a college as I can do from.
Okay, and was this like your first attempt, CAT 2024?
Yeah, it was my first attempt.
Okay, and you cracked it in one go. You are now at IIMA. How's the feeling?
It's pretty awesome. I mean, I love being there. Every class feels like a different experience. Every day is like a little movie. It's a performance because we work the whole day basically, but we also get time to chill. We also make friends. We also have fun. Like, it's everything. At least me personally, I try to do everything, and every day feels like a performance because it's all relative grading. Competition's intense. Like, you think I'm smart? I'm not even in the top 100 in the batch. Maybe there's really, really smart people, right? So the competition's very intense. So every day is like a little performance.
It's like the best of percentiles are all scattered over the world, but once you enter the campus, everyone is all together.
Yeah, exactly,
Right?
exactly. It suddenly hits, and it's little. While it's intimidating, it's also very inspiring because I walk here and there's a
Right.
CA ranker. I go here and there's like some lawyer who's making multi-million dollar deals, and then there are engineers. There's 30 people from IIT Bombay in my batch.
Okay.
Out of 400, 30 are IIT Bombay. Those guys are obviously really smart. I mean, sometimes we feel like we can compete with them, but as a Bitsin, I know that IIT Bombay guys are IIT Bombay guys. Like, there's no doubt, there's no
So
question.
now those IIT Bombay guys are in IIMA.
Crazy.
So is there any differentiation that still goes on? IIM grads, IIT grads?
डिफरेंशिएशन एज इन IIM में सबको इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है ऐसे मतलब IIT बिट्स छोड़ो इवन कॉमर्स वाले को उतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी जितने IIT वाले को मिलेगी विद इन IIM नॉट नो रियल
So
डिस्क्रिमिनेशन
there's no personal thing that...
No, but you can see the work ethic of IITians, especially IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, the rankers. Because we had comparable ranks to, like Bitsians normally have comparable ranks to lower IIT. But cracking JE is hardcore discipline compared to CAT. Cracking JE is a different ball game. And by cracking, I mean like the top ranks, the top
Right.
1,000, 2,000 people. They've worked extremely hard. So I think they have an ingrained work ethic in them. And you see that work ethic. I'm not saying that Bitsians don't have work ethic, but it's very different. In Bits, you don't have attendance, so you're a little more chill. That helps you get a better worldview. कि आप बाकी चीज़ें बहुत अच्छे से सीख जाते हो स्ट्रीट स्मार्टनेस हो जाती है इफ़ यू सी मैनी यूनिकॉर्न्स मैनी स्टार्टअप्स आर फाउंडेड बाय Bitsians not as many as IIT Bombay but a competitive number and like it's on the map it's on the chart and it's on the chart for a reason but these IITians they have a crazy work ethic.
Okay, so I clearly see you are highly inspired by them. Now, Siddhant, one question was that you said you tried coding, right? Then you became an engineer, then you worked as a product manager, and finally you chose management.
Yeah.
Why management? Like, why the basic yet the most core segment you chose?
Okay, so as I was saying, I was a product manager. And product manager is a very post MBA job. I got lucky and I started doing it a little early. And I could see why or how an MBA would help me to be a better product manager. One. Second, I felt like an MBA will open up a lot of opportunities for me that won't open any other way. Third, I needed to build my credibility and my personal brand. I need people to take me seriously. I need everyone to take me seriously, right? In the future, when I approach VCs or if I try to raise funds for a startup one day or anything, I want high credibility. So, for me, that was probably one of the major reasons why I wanted to get into a great business school because that builds my credibility, right? Now I have 2-3 tags behind me and I'm a little more credible. So an MBA helps me. First of all, it opens a world of jobs to me that wouldn't have been open. I'm not sure where I'll go, but a world of jobs is open. At least that I know. Like I have a lot of options, and also I have credibility.
Right.
Will have when I graduate.
Right, especially the tags.
Yeah.
They are with you throughout their life.
Yeah.
Right, so you have Bits, now you have IMA as well. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's quickly move to the second part, which is about strategizing, and this will be beneficial both for CAT 2025 as well as CAT 2026 aspirants. So beginning with, so Siddhant, what's the ideal time to start CAT preparation?
Okay, I think the answer depends on 3 factors. The first is whether you are an engineer or not. The second is how good your English is or have you grown up speaking English. And the third is how much time you're willing to put in per day or how much free time you have. Let's say you're willing to put in 6 hours, you're an engineer and you speak English, start a month before. Let's say you're not an engineer, you can put 2 hours and you grew up speaking Hindi, start 1 year early.
Right.
Figure it out. So I would say for engineers, general rule is start at least 3 months before. Non-engineers start at least 6 months before. Any other weakness, start at least 9 months before. That would be.
And in your case, Siddhant, you were an engineer.
Yeah.
You also had work experience.
Yeah.
So did that give you an extra edge in your CAT preparation?
I think WorkX doesn't affect CAT preparation at all. It actually makes you weaker because I had forgotten how to study. I hadn't studied in 2 years. So it makes preparing for an exam a lot harder compared to the kids who are in college.
Right.
Oh yeah, they're already studying. They just have to study 2 more hours or 1 more hour a day, whatever, right? So I think you lose your edge with WorkX for CAT. definitely helps with the interview, definitely helps with the admission, your profile is stronger, but with the CAT I think it makes you weaker.
So, like, I have also seen many working professionals leaving their job and then studying for CAT, preparing for CAT. So,
Yeah.
what was that in your case? Did you left your job for preparation of CAT?
No, I didn't leave my job. I started waking up earlier. I reduced my phone time. I My phone time was less than 90 minutes a day. It used to
Okay.
be 3-4 hours a day. So I think that's a big bottleneck. When I give advice to anyone giving CAT, I'm like, just tell me how much screen time you have in a day, and they're like 6 hours. See, you can study 4 hours a day. You can
Right.
definitely study
So
4 hours a day.
it's similar to just a UG exam, right? You have to reduce your screen time, focus just on your studies.
Yeah.
Just the level is definitely a
Yeah.
bit difficult, but the
Yeah.
basics remain the same.
हाँ, आइडिया तो वही है, पढ़ाई करोगे तो मार्क्स आएंगे,
आएंगे।
मतलब वही है आइडिया.
हाँ.
अब लोग ये बोलने लगते हैं कि मैं तो इंजीनियर नहीं हूँ, मेरे मार्क्स कैसे आएंगे. पढ़ो. मेरे को इंग्लिश अच्छे से नहीं आती और मार्क्स लिखो. और क्या ही है, एडवाइस तो यही है कि स्पेंड मोर टाइम. Now the difference is looking at your phone is very easy. So when you're tired, you can look at your phone. So what I tell people is when you have maximum energy, give a mock. When you have medium energy, practice. When you have low energy, look at your phone. Chill. Don't spend time studying when you're low on energy. No point. But make it a habit. मेरे को किसी ने कहा था when I was asking for advice कि दिन में 10 मिनट भी पढ़ो लेकिन रोज़ पढ़ो. एक भी दिन skip मत करो because then you will go far away from your prep.
Consistency.
Just be consistent. And when you study 10 minutes, you'll realize, okay, let me do 10 more minutes. Oh, okay, I can do a little more.
Right.
Okay, 1 hour हो गया.
You get a knack of it.
हो
Yeah,
जाता
कर
है.
दो, कर लो,
हाँ,
कर लो.
उसी दिन में आप ज़्यादा पढ़ लेते हो. एक बार बस बैठने की बात होती है. और ये भी मतलब बहुत फेमस चीज़ है कि what's the biggest barrier to go to the gym? Just getting out of bed.
Right.
As soon as you put your shoes on, the workout gets over and you're back home. You don't even realize when it happened.
Right.
Similarly, just get down to studying. Solve 3 questions. अभी और भी इश्यूज आ जाते हैं कि एक क्वेश्चन नहीं हो रहा, छोड़ो, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे जाओ. स्पेंड द टाइम, दैट्स ऑल.
So and like, is there any ideal number कि इतने मॉक्स तो लिखने ही चाहिए कैट एस्पिरेंट को?
डिपेंड्स ऑन गोल, डिपेंड्स ऑन बैकग्राउंड, बट 30 प्लस
30 प्लस
40 प्लस 40 कर लो. 30 इज अ लेस कंजर्वेटिव नंबर, 40 इज अ कंजर्वेटिव नंबर. 40 तो अगर 40 कर लोगे तो अच्छा है.
एंड मॉक्स फुल लेंथ मॉक्स या आप सेक्शनल्स दो पहले टॉपिक्स, हाउ डज इट गो?
40 फुल लेंथ
Full
और
length.
उसके ऊपर सेक्शनल्स
सो
करो.
फॉर समवन हु इज बिगिनिंग नाउ,
हाँ.
जो अब अभी तैयारी कर रहा है, वो पढ़ रहा है अभी, एंड
हाँ.
साइमल्टेनियसली इज आल्सो वांटिंग टू गिव मॉक्स. सो
हाँ.
व्हाट्स योर एडवाइस टू देम कि भाई तू पहले सेक्शनल दे या पहले आप टॉपिक टेस्ट करो या सीधा जंप ऑन टू हॉप ऑन टू मॉक्स?
टॉपिक टेस्ट तो मैं बिल्कुल रेकमेंड नहीं करूँगा. टॉपिक टेस्ट मेरे को लगता है ओनली वाइल अभी बहुत टाइम नहीं है. जब आप प्रेप कर रहे हो तो अच्छे से टॉपिक टेस्ट करो, अभी तो टाइम नहीं है. मॉक्स दो, मॉक्स को एनालाइज करो और बस फिगर आउट एक क्वेश्चन को कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं. मॉक में आपके अगर 20 क्वेश्चन है उसमें से 6 हो गए, 8 हो गए, बाकी 12 बस एग्जैक्ट फिगर आउट कर लो ये वाला क्वेश्चन कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं. जनरली कैट काफ़ी सिमिलर आता है. मैंने एलपीटी के भी मॉक्स देखे हैं. कैट के क्वेश्चंस मॉक्स से सिमिलर ही आते हैं. तो इफ़ यू जस्ट स्पेंड टाइम learning how to do mocks right now, because there's no time, there's a month or 1.5 months, so I wouldn't recommend topic wise. Sectional mocks definitely recommend. So I would say in October do one mock every 2-3 days. In November make it one mock a day if you can. हो गए 40 भी नहीं, 30 भी हो जाए तो ठीक है. मतलब क्योंकि इतना लेट स्टार्ट करो आप, मतलब पहले करने चाहिए थे थोड़े मॉक्स, बट कर सकते हो. एंड mock strategy or prep strategy should be take one mock, see where your weaknesses are. Take one more mock, see where your weaknesses are. Now you know which weaknesses are overlapping. Focus on those. Focus on the weakest weaknesses. For that you can take a topic test then. Or you can take, or even if you realize it's a whole section, then take a sectional test. Practice sectionals. If you realize फिर भी नहीं हो रहा sectional, जैसे DILR बहुत लोग अटक जाते हैं, क्वेश्चन हो ही नहीं रहा. उन्हें मैं कहता हूँ बैठो, आप सबसे इजी मटेरियल निकालो, जो भी आपके पास है सबसे इजी मटेरियल निकालो और उसके क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना स्टार्ट कर दो टाइमर लगा के. टाइमर वाई बिकॉज थोड़ा प्रेशर होना चाहिए. 5 मिनट का टाइमर लगाओ, सबसे इजी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो, कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा. थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट ऐसे बिल्ड करो. स्टार्ट विद वो जो लाइन में बैठने लीनियर अरेंजमेंट्स, उससे स्टार्ट करो. जो भी आपको इजी लगे, जो आप कर सकते हो, वहाँ से स्टार्ट करो. बिल्डअप और हो जाता है, हो ही जाएगा. टाइम देना.
Right. So, and I also feel there are two ideas associated with it, two notions actually. एक बोलते हैं जो कि you know your strengths and weaknesses, don't focus on your weakness, just work on your strength. और एक होता है you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, best is to focus on your weakness because strength तो already आपकी है ही. What's your take on that?
Both are valid, and I'll tell how both are valid. If you realize your strength is VARC and your weakness is DILR, there's still a minimum cutoff in DILR. You have to, you can't have a weakness that is so weak that is below the cutoff.
Right.
I think it's not that high. It's like 85 percentile or something for IIM Ahmedabad. So that's for the top college. For other colleges, it'll be even little less, whatever. So 80 or 85 percentile, something like that. It takes 2 sets to, or even like 1.5 set if you get on in a mock, it's enough. मतलब you clear that cutoff. तो इतने वीक मत हो कि कट ऑफ क्लियर नहीं हो रहा है. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि VARC में मैं 60 मार्क्स ला सकता हूँ आउट ऑफ 72, विच इज़ वेरी हाई, अनरीजनेबली हाई आई वुड से, बट अगर लग रहा है कर सकते हो तो करो, फोकस करो VARC पे.
So there are two notions associated when it comes to mock analysis, right? कि एक तो होता है कि strengths पे ध्यान दो क्योंकि weakness is something जो देखा जाएगा, और दूसरा होता है strengths तो तुम्हारी already है ही, focus on your weaknesses. What's your take on that?
I think both are valid. If you look at it as, if your weakness is to simply clear the sectional cutoff of the different sections, utni to you should focus on your weakness, कि उतना तो clear हो जाना चाहिए. And if it's about maximizing in a section, like if I'm really good at DILR, तो मैं DILR पे focus करूँगा. Like I want to get the highest possible score there because at the end your percentile is from your total score. So cutoffs clear हो जाने चाहिए, उतना तो weakness पे focus कर लो और उसके ऊपर strengths पे focus करो, I would say.
Okay, so it's basically like balancing both out in order to make your way to your dream IIM.
Yes,
Yeah?
fully, yeah.
Okay. So what's the make or break section in CAT?
Okay, I think it's VARC, and for 2 reasons. One, because it's the first section. VARC बिगड़ गया, stress हो जाता है, और फिर DILR भी बिगड़ जाएगा possibly, और QA तक पहुँचते तो आप थक जाओगे. So I think VARC is a make or break. And second, VARC is about comprehension. It affects, if you're good at comprehension, you will ace VARC, you'll understand DILR, or Quant में at least you'll understand the question. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि question समझ नहीं आ रहा है. So I think VARC is the make or break section.
Okay. And you know there's this one thing that students often ask कि quant के कुछ topics जो है वो हम छोड़ देते हैं, या DI के कुछ particular sets है वो हम छोड़ देते हैं. So is it really feasible in CAT?
Quant yes, DILR no. DILR lately अगर CAT के patterns देखो तो it's becoming very interlinked, कि linear arrangement में वो data analysis डाल देंगे, या मतलब सारे questions बहुत ही interlinked हो गए हैं. तो ये समझ नहीं आता कि ये कौन से सेट का क्वेश्चन है, यही समझ नहीं आता बच्चों को जब कर रहे होते हैं. तो DILR में तो स्किप मत करो कुछ भी, DILR पूरा कवर करने की ज़रूरत है. नाउ मॉडर्न कैट क्वांट, या टफ टॉपिक्स जस्ट स्किप इट. जैसे किसी का ज्योमेट्री नहीं हो रहा है, क्यों स्पेंड करो 1 महीना ज्योमेट्री करने में, 3 हफ्ते, मतलब बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा समझने में. स्किप कर दो, 2 क्वेश्चन आते हैं, 3 क्वेश्चन आते हैं, बाकी सब स्ट्रॉन्ग होना चाहिए
उसके लिए.
हाँ,
So you have to
strong.
play very safe and calculatively in order to skip any particular
Yes,
questions.
you have to calculate.
So Siddhant, you have mentioned आप math background के थे, you're an engineer, right? तो क्या non-math background का जो student है, can they to ace CAT, like will that be difficult for them as compared to you guys?
So we'll define acing CAT a little differently. For me, acing CAT is getting 99.9 percentile. For a non-math person, it's not that. Now, if an engineer is doing terribly at math, that's not acceptable. But if someone from commerce gets a low math score, that's okay because they're going to be compared to the commerce category only. So if you look at the websites of different IIMs, they have the distinction on what categories they take admissions. So they will take these many engineers, they will take these many commerce people, these many lawyers and fashion background people, depending on your background. So if you have a lower score compared to an engineer, don't feel bad because it doesn't matter, you're not compared to the engineer. ठीक है, your CAT percentile will be less, But it just doesn't matter because your admission is not relative to the engineer's admission. You have your reservation, you have your extra points for being from a different background. So they shouldn't really worry about it. You'll obviously not score as high as an engineer in CAT. If you can, insane.
Right. And is it like when you enter IMA, now that there are IITians, then there are from legal background as well. So, is there any discussion related to sectional percentile that you guys discuss with each
Yeah,
other?
all the time. We like in the start, and it's not to compare, but it's more like what is this guy good at, or उस दिन कैसा गया. जैसे मेरा VARC और DILR में almost equal marks थे, 49, 51, something like that. 51 DILR I remember because I attempted 17, got 17 correct, no negative. I was very happy, and. So I'll always tell my friends. So I was telling my friends, and then one guy is like, "Oh, I had full in DILR." It's over. So because people are just really smart.
So it's
here.
no longer a flex for
It's
me.
not a flex. Nothing is a flex. क्या लिखोगे resume 99.9 सबका है. It's not a flex.
Right. So Siddhant, like we were talking about mocks. Mocks पे एक notion associated होता है quantity ज़्यादा करनी है. But what about the quality? Like what's more important, quantity of mocks or quality of mocks?
I think both are really important. I have seen mocks where some mocks are really difficult. कॉन्फिडेंस ख़राब कर देता है. सम मॉक्स आर रियली इजी, कुछ ज़्यादा ही कॉन्फिडेंस दे देता है. लोग सोचते हैं कि अच्छा प्रेप कम करने की ज़रूरत है. जैसे आई सॉ LPT के मॉक्स व्हेन आई वाज अटेम्प्टिंग, आई थिंक इट्स एट द राइट डिफिकल्टी लेवल. तो उस लेवल के मॉक्स अगर आप अटेम्प्ट करो, दैट्स गुड फॉर यू. सो दैट इज़ द क्वालिटी पार्ट. क्वांटिटी डेफिनेटली मोर द बेटर, बट नॉट अति, नॉट लाइक टू मच, नॉट जस्ट मॉक्स करे जा रहे, पढ़ाई कर नहीं रहे, एनालिसिस नहीं कर रहे. एक मॉक भी अगर करो हफ्ते में, उसको अच्छे से ब्रेक डाउन करो, हर क्वेश्चन समझ जाओ, बस काफ़ी है. अगर आप बट एक्चुअली समझ रहे हो. और क्वेश्चन को समझना इज़ नॉट जस्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग इस क्वेश्चन का सोल्यूशन, इट्स अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट अराउंड इट. कि इस क्वेश्चन को मैं उल्टी तरह फेंकूँ तो आप कर पाओगे, दैट इज़ अंडरस्टैंडिंग अ क्वेश्चन. तो अगर एक हाई क्वालिटी मॉक लोगे और ऐसे सॉल्व करोगे, यू सॉर्टेड.
And also you also get the bifurcations, like at LPT also we have easy, we have moderate, then we
Yeah.
have tough.
Yeah.
So pick the mock based on the stage you are at your preparation,
Exactly.
right?
So, in the initial phase, when you're just starting your prep, I would say randomize it. Don't know what difficulty of mock you're taking. Take a mock, see how it goes, because CAT is very random. Later, when you realize, okay, now I have to get better at it, start easy, build confidence. Then, once you're scoring a number that you're okay with, everyone has different numbers they're okay with. Once you're scoring a number that you're okay with, increase the difficulty. You're okay with, increase the difficulty. And any mocks का जो हार्डेस्ट लेवल होता है, कैट उससे तो ईजियर ही होता है. कैट इज ऑलवेज ईजियर देन द टफेस्ट मॉक्स. सो नो दैट्स समथिंग एवरीवन शुड नो.
And is it like you attempted this question, right, in your mocks, and then you gave your exam, right, CAT 2024? Were you like, no, this is something that I've already done in my mock?
होता है, बट बहुत डेंजरस गेम है. अगर एक चीज़ अलग होगी वो याद नहीं रहती है. जैसे ऑप्शंस होंगे 4, 16, 64, 128, और उस जो मैंने वहाँ पे, और क्वेश्चन होगा समथिंग अराउंड स्फीयर का सर्कम्फ्रेंस, समथिंग लाइक दैट, और मैंने मॉक में दिया है एग्जैक्ट सेम क्वेश्चन लग रहा है, मतलब एकदम सेम लग रहा है. वहाँ पे 16 आया था, 16 ही होगा, बट जब सॉल्व करोगे तो इट टर्न्स आउट इट वाज 64. लाइक तो इट हैपेंस कि एकदम एग्जैक्ट क्वेश्चन लगता है पर सॉल्व करो.
It's like a fake deja vu.
फेक डेजा वू, फेक बहुत होता है. ये तो मॉक टू मॉक में भी होता है कि यार ये तो क्वेश्चन किया है, इसका आंसर अलग कैसे आ गया. कभी कभी मॉक्स में मैं लाइट ले रहा था कि अच्छा ये क्वेश्चन तो किया हुआ है, मार्क करके स्किप. फिर गलत हो गया, अरे ये क्या हो गया, एंड देन आई रियलाइज ओ मैंने सॉल्व नहीं किया, माय फॉल्ट.
Okay, so Siddhant, before moving to the next segment, what was the lowest point in your CAT preparation?
Okay, I have a story. Can I share a
Sure,
story?
definitely.
So, everything was going great. I was really happy with my mock results. I'm scoring 100 plus in mocks, like marks. And I'm very confident. So, I was very confident that I just need to get the calls or interview dekh lenge. And mocks were going really well until I got the morning slot of CAT. And this happens just a month or less than a month before the CAT. And I'm not a morning person. I do not function in the morning. Like, I just cannot. And my brain starts working after 10 a.m., 11 a.m. And I've got the 8 a.m. slot. I'm like, what do I do? It's over. So I decided I'll take a mock the next morning. Like the day after this appointment thing came, slot. So I woke up at 8 and I gave a mock at 8:30. And I scored half the marks of my previous mock. I'm not saying little less, I'm saying half. The previous mock I had scored 140 something and I scored 65 or something. Like it was my worst mock.
Oh.
I was like, Gaya cat. Like all my dreams, all my hopes, it's over. Like I'm not gonna clear it. And I spoke to my grandfather, spoke to my mom. They're like, just start doing this every day. So before work, I'd wake up at 6 and immediately have a Red Bull to just get my brain functioning. Just wake up. Red Bull works. Chai, coffee. If people drink that, I don't. By 7:30, I'm alive, and then I'll give a mock at 8. Slowly, I realize my scores are normalizing. It took 10 days, and the last mock I gave before CAT, I got All India rank 1 in that mock, and I scored 146 marks. That was my best mock ever. So I fixed it.
That's really
Yeah.
that's one hell of a story.
Yeah, but I was so scared.
Right, and that's
Those 10
why-
days were the
yeah.
toughest. Like I was so scared.
That's it's very necessary as soon as you get the slots, and even before that, try practicing in all the real time slots.
The time, very important. Imagine I didn't do that, and the first exam I gave was the CAT, and I got 65 marks. I would have been
Right.
like, I would have questioned everything. I was so prepared. What went wrong? And it was just that I'm not a morning person. How do you figure this out? You have to be on top of things.
It's like you have to come out of your shell, just like you
Yeah.
mentioned. If you're, say, for example, you're a night owl,
Yeah.
so try giving it in morning. Like this is like the live example that everyone
Exactly.
must be having right
Now
now.
at IIM Ahmedabad, I have a class at 8:45 every day, 100% mandatory attendance, and I do it.
So Cat is already preparing you earlier, much earlier.
Oh yeah, CAT does help with MBA. As in, obviously, that's why it's the metric. That's why it's the
Right.
selection criteria. Because if someone is good at CAT, they'll be good at learning syllabus fast.
Right.
It's true. It's just how it is.
So Siddhant, before moving on to the last segment, I want you to first tell us about how was your interview experience.
Okay, my Ahmedabad interview?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
So any interview that you feel is worth mentioning.
Yeah, I'll talk about my Ahmedabad interview because it was crazy. It was very random, and this is something you will hear a lot. Ki my Ahmedabad interview, I just didn't know what happened. The professors are so smart that they're judging you really well. Obviously, I am Ahmedabad professors, but we think that we've messed up. So my I am Ahmedabad interview did not ask me one question about me. Nothing about my past, nothing about my future, nothing about my dreams, my background, my marks. Not one question. They asked me about global warming, about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They asked me about different kinds of climate change issues. But what they analyze out of that is how well this person is thinking about global events. How deeply is this person thinking? So I'll say something, they'll be like, and then. It went like randomly Donald Trump connected to Elon Musk, and then Elon Musk's background, and then his first company, and how he sold it. It went very deep. So what they judged, and I didn't realize this then. I realized this when I got in. I'm like, okay, अच्छा ही था interview. But when I gave it, I was like, man, they didn't speak to me about anything. I couldn't prove to them that I'm smart or whatever, that I deserve to be here. And so it was very unexpected. And in the end, when they asked, ki, do you have any questions for us? I started throwing questions in a way to sell myself. I was like, so in my background, I have done this. Do you think it's the right time for me to do an MBA? So I started like selling myself through questions at the end because I thought I haven't got a chance to prove myself. But I probably did because
Yeah.
now I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, so like post the interview, did you meet your professors now that you're in IMA?
No, I've not met either of the two. But there are many professors who took many of my friends' interviews that taught us subjects in the first term. I think the professor who took mine is coming in the second year. So
Okay.
I won't get to meet him for a while.
Okay.
But a lot of people interact with the professors, and the professors normally don't remember your interview.
Okay.
Why would they remember every interview? They might remember some.
Exceptional
but
only.
Yeah, not exceptional. I don't think it's related to that. It's just who you remember. Obviously, you're interviewing thousands of people, right? How will you? Well, maybe hundreds. But I think they shouldn't remember actually. Then it's more fair.
Right.
I think it makes
To
sense.
others. Yeah, totally. Okay, so moving to the final segment, which is how is life at IIMA?
Okay. So I'll just tell you about term one. Term one is a very intense period. From the first day, you have 100% mandatory attendance. Classes have class participation marks, so you have to be alive in class. You have to say good points. You have to answer questions. You have to ask questions. You have to be very active in the class discussion. And exams work differently over here. It's continuous evaluation. every day at 1:45 there's a notice board and we get a message saying that today you will have this exam at 2:30. So we don't know which subject. It's all surprise quiz. We don't know what subject is going to be. We don't know how long the exam will be. Will it be essay type, MCQ type, solving type? We don't know anything. Complete surprise. We go and find out. So what that means is every single day you have to be prepared with every single subject fully.
Whatever you have been taught till now.
Yeah, till that
Or is
moment.
it something that you haven't been taught but they can ask
They can't
you?
ask that. They will never do
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Everything that is asked in exam, the exams are really good over here. They actually judge how well someone knows that subject. जैसे बहुत लोग engineering में कहते हैं ये subject तो मेरे को आता है पर marks नहीं आते. वो rarely होता है यहाँ पे. मतलब होता है but जिसके सबसे ज़्यादा marks आ रहे होते हैं उसे subject best आता है. Kind of true. Kind of very true over here. So surprise quizzes का evaluation होता है. Each quiz is graded relatively. Each component का एवरेज लेके वेटेड एवरेज लेके CG कैलकुलेट होती है. सो एवरीवन टेक्स एवरीथिंग सीरियसली एंड दिस इज जस्ट टिल 2:30 PM. दिस इज जस्ट द फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ आवर डे. आफ्टर दैट वी हैव क्लब एक्टिविटीज, वी हैव प्लेसमेंट वर्क, वी हैड टू मेक आवर CVs in the start. That is a lot of work. It takes hours and hours because your CV is competing with other IIM Ahmedabad CVs. So outside world, whatever, they look at our CVs and say really good. Doesn't matter. We are competing with each other over here, right? So that's a lot of work. Then for every class you normally have a case that you have to prepare. So for tomorrow's class I have to prepare the case today. I have to analyze the case, I have to read the case, I have to know all the facts so that I can do participation in tomorrow's class and also so that I can understand tomorrow's class. तो पूरी prep एक दिन पहले करनी होती है, उसमें टाइम चला जाता है. और इस सब और इसके अलावा असाइनमेंट्स होते हैं, एग्ज़ाम्स होते हैं, मिड टर्म्स, फाइनल एग्ज़ाम, वो सब तो होता ही है, वो तो ऑब्वियस है. वर्कशॉप्स होती है, टॉक्स होती हैं, स्पीकर्स आते हैं, बहुत चीज़ें होती है. थ्रू आउट फर्स्ट टर्म एवरी वन इज़ वर्किंग 12 to 16 hours a day almost. Everybody. We haven't even spoken about like interview prep, placement prep, which is happening in 20 days now. So everyone's working on that also. And somehow you have to do all these things every day. And you have to be on top of everything because everyone's being on top of everything. No one's slacking off. Everyone has a very high work ethic. Everyone works really hard. But when you see that, it's very inspiring also. As difficult as it is, very inspiring. And you become friends. You do these things together. Like, suppose you and I have an interview coming up and we're preparing. We're preparing together. So it's like we have prepared 6 hours today, but it was also fun. You're becoming closer. You're making friends who are going to be network for life.
Right.
So life is great.
That's why it's been told, right, that it's the networking hub. IIMs in a way not only builds connections but also long-lasting relationships.
For sure, yeah. Connections are also insane. The alumni network is obviously very well known that the alumni are crazy here. So you get access to a lot of phone numbers, which is a big deal.
So now that you have spent enough amount of time in IIM, is there something that you would like to go back and change? Anything?
So I'll tell you something crazy. My dream was to go to IIM Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore, grew up in Bangalore. All my friends are in Bangalore. My family is in Bangalore. My grandparents, my dog, my whole ecosystem. My gym is very close to IIM Bangalore. Everything was perfect. I just wanted to go to IIM Bangalore. That was the dream. I didn't think about IIM Ahmedabad. My cat dream was IIM Bangalore. And after I got in, I gave 5 interviews. I got all 5. So when the IIM Ahmedabad result came, everyone's like, look, don't be stupid, pick IIM Ahmedabad. Everyone knows it's the best. I felt like either Bangalore or Ahmedabad, both would be a great choice, but I would also regret both. That's what I felt. But now that I've been at IIM Ahmedabad for a while, I feel like I couldn't have made a better decision. This place is different. It's like you feel the energy, you feel it every day, you feel it in every class. You feel it in every conversation because everyone's so brilliant. I feel like I would not change a thing.
So no going back.
No
to
going
IIM.
back. No going
Okay.
back. Yeah.
And like, what are the lesser known facts that aren't talked much about IIM? Like everyone knows IIM is best for this, that, but now that you have lived there, right? What are these facts that you want everyone else to know? Like, see, there's more to IIM.
Okay. One, I think, is definitely the amount of diversity we have. It sounds like engineer MBA, but IIM Ahmedabad has a very low percentage of engineers compared to the other top business schools over here. It's 50%, which is high, but that's because the applicants are also very high. Engineers are only applying. But then we have people from all kinds of backgrounds. We have people from villages. We have people who learn to speak English after the age of 15, 18. We have all kinds of people. We have great accessibility, not the best, not competing with the world. But in India, we have great accessibilities, like visually impaired students can learn the same subject sitting in the same class. Hearing impaired students learn, physically impaired students learn. So we have that. So the diversity is beautiful at IIM Ahmedabad. And diversity not just in terms of people, but what work they've done, what stream they've come from. There are people who've been political consultants, there are people who've been technical consultants, software developers, there's everything. There are people from all types of backgrounds. So the perspective that brings to a classroom or to a competition or to a group of people is it's widespread. It's very diverse. So this whole diversity thing, I think people don't know that it's that deep in IIM Ahmedabad, and it's fully linked to the admission process, which is fully linked to CAT.
Right.
So it's like
It's all interconnected, but neglected often.
people don't think about it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like how people think about it is, why is there reservation, why is there quota? This is why. It's awesome. Like, it brings such diversity, it brings such a unique set of people to a classroom. It makes class so fun. And I always say, like, I think the quota is a great thing because I get to meet people of different types, right? If there was no quotas, there would be 400 IIT bits engineers sitting in IIM, probably.
And this eventually helps you grow as well, both mentally, ethically, personally, and
Yeah.
at all levels,
Yeah.
right? When you get to know the diversity,
Yeah.
right, it
Yeah.
definitely helps you be
Yeah.
a better person
Yeah,
also.
class would be so boring if there was just one type of person. I love the diversity.
Different minds, right?
Yeah.
So, say for example, IITians have this one binary point of
Yeah,
learning, right? Similarly, legal, someone who belongs from legal, they have more theoretical learning. So
Yeah, look at me. Like when there's a exam that has MCQ questions, I'm the happiest because engineering में एक question का एक आंसर होता था. तो आपको आया या नहीं आया आपको पता है. यहाँ आके आपको essays लिखना है, essays आता ही नहीं लिखना, तो वो सीखना पड़ता है. But it just shows how differently
right.
people
You
think.
have to be expressive when it comes
And look
to
at lawyers
writing.
answering written
Right,
papers.
totally.
They'll write away.
They can exaggerate one word into 100 words, and
Yeah,
you'll be like, wow, you can
legit,
write all of
legit.
this.
You see that, and we're like, we'll take 1,000 words and write one word. We're like, good, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, what are there any extracurriculars at IMA? Like you have already mentioned, it is academically, it's very rigorous over there. But do you get time for extracurriculars at all?
Yeah, and it's kind of compulsory also.
Okay.
Kind of, not really. Everyone does it. So we have 50 different clubs on campus, and everyone can be a part of up to 3 clubs. Different clubs are divided into different sections. Now we have like interest clubs like dance club, music club. We have the consult club that prepares the IIM Ahmedabad case book, the consult prep book that everybody prepares from. We have the finance club, we have the product management club. So those are career clubs. We have interest clubs. We have functional clubs that take care of things that happen on campus. Sports committee, cultural committee. Who organizes Garba at IMA? Who organizes Ganesh Chaturthi? The cultural committee, the students of the cultural committee. So 400 people, 50 clubs, everyone is in something. So that is one big avenue of extracurriculars. Apart from that, awesome facilities. We have a gym, dance room, swimming pool, cricket ground, football ground, multiple football grounds, multiple cricket grounds, tennis courts. Everything you need is there. And people who prioritize it get to spend time doing it. Like I'm in the dance club, I'm in the sports committee because that's what I'm interested in. We have a rock climbing wall that's not functional right now, but as soon as it gets functional, I'll be on it. I'm a rock climber. Like
Okay.
That's one of my main hobbies. So that's something I'll get on as soon as they fix it. But that's not functional right now. Apart from this, we've already had 2 intersection fests. So there are 5 sections, A, B, C, D, E. And we had a full fest with 30 different events where you compete against each other in 3 days.
Okay.
And no one cares whether you have classes or not. You have to do this on top of Remember when I was saying we have so many things to do?
Right.
And we had to do this whole thing. We had to prepare 12-minute dance choreography, 15-minute fashion show.
It's all inter-college thing.
Inside, just
Right.
between section A, B, C, D, E.
Ah,
Then we had a
okay.
competition which is first years versus second years, all sports. So we have.
So isn't like it's
lot
just
of
going
things
back to the school days where you're competing within those same
It's awesome,
sections?
actually. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's like that.
Right?
Yeah.
It takes you back to the roots.
Yeah, and there's so much like personality to each section now. We have to come up with a section name that starts with your letter. I'm A section. Our name was Abhiman. C section's name was Chakravyu. D section's name, B was Bazigars. So there's really cool names. Everyone comes up with cool names, and then that becomes the section's personality. And then you have your logo, you have your posters, you have your flag, your section
Again,
flag.
whole team are someone will be designing the logo,
Yeah,
right?
everyone's doing everything. It's
Right.
crazy, and the bonding, like it's unbelievable. You become so close. There's this guy in my class, Praful. I had never spoken to him, and then suddenly we were making we were making posters at 4 a.m. He's an engineer, technical guy. He just came, sat next to me. We were painting something together. We get to talking. Turns out this guy is a poet. He writes poetry. Amazing guy. One of the most interesting people I've met. Comes from a very small town. Perfectly intelligent, obviously. Lovely to speak to guy. And he's a poet. How would I have spoken to him if I was not in this situation?
Right.
So the extracurriculars help you bond. Yeah.
Great. Now, I hope you all must have enjoyed this. If you have any question, any doubt, any query, do drop them down in the comment box below. Thank you so much, Siddhant.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for having me.